Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. I'm with my BFF, Keyan. Keyan, how was your week?
Hello. My week was a great week. It's getting cold.
It's really freaking cold, dude.
I like it being cold.
Apparently, if you shower with cold water in the morning, it's like good for you or something like that. I've been doing that this week. Is that lies? Can you talk into the mic, please?
No, it's probably true.
Oh.
I think it's a norepinephrine thing. You like release a little adrenaline and stuff, and it's supposed to be good. It's like training your stress a bit. Maybe
Is that the same thing like cold plunging or no?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of the same vibe. Epinephrine, norepinephrine.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, you probably find a podcast from Huberman on it. He's like kind of the science edge master.
Nice.
Currently on the internet. How was your week?
It was off and on. I feel like we got here and then New Year's happened and then we went downtown and saw Third Eye Blind play.
What? Really?
Yeah, they were downtown. I know.
Dude.
They were playing a free show. So we went
there.
out there and, dude, believe it or not, everybody just knows Semi-Char kind of life, baby, baby. Like, they don't know the deep tracks, you know? Yeah, they didn't know that one. They didn't know, like, a lot of... I was just, like, really shocked that, like, everybody's phone came out, like, right at Semi-Char. I was like...
Right before midnight, the song about jumping off.
Yeah. And then, what else? And then he played Wolf Like Me by freaking TV on the radio. I was like, what? They covered it. Anyways, I was shocked. It was a good show.
Do you think...
He's like 60, I think.
Wow.
Killing it, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a free show.
Do you think it's kind of like a sellout move to do like your old your like back catalog like that?
I think it's a survive move.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the whole thing apparently was paid by Listerine.
Oh.
Yeah.
The mouthwash?
Right?
I don't know.
Nick, right? Yeah, they were sponsored by Listerine. We were trying to gauge how much they paid him, though. They probably paid him like...
Are they making like cocktails with Listerine?
No, but did you walk by the booth, Topher?
There was a booth?
Yeah, there's two booths right when you walk in, but I didn't walk by it. But apparently Paul was telling me that he had this Listerine New Year's Eve party, like way back, you know, in his New York days. That was a thing. Like, you come in, you take a shot of Listerine, and then you party. Oof. So he thinks they came in and stole his idea. I think that's a thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Paul would throw the Listerine parties.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what we did
Paul's
this.
a wild man.
So we did this week.
Cocktail to get things going.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, dude. Do you do anything for New Year's or no?
What did I do? I think we had steaks finally at the place in the lobby.
Nice. The one downstairs?
The one downstairs.
Is it good? Or?
It's good.
So it's worth it?
I don't know if it's worth it.
Okay.
But it's good. And it had space, and it was convenient. And then, yeah, we all hung out here. We were up on the roof here.
Here?
Until at the drop down. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, there was a small skeleton crew here. It was like 10 people or something.
Really? Was it like you, Pierre, and Parker, and Marty?
Yeah, it was just, all of us were holding hands.
They were on the roof too?
Yeah, we were all, Parker was on my right knee.
No,
I think it was Marty
he's
was on
joking.
my left, or maybe
He's joking.
they were.
He's joking.
Damn, I always felt like I had to sneak onto that roof.
Well, everybody
Now
knows
let
about it
Parker
now,
know.
so it's...
Oh, well, you let us in on the sneak.
I didn't even know that was a
just
thing.
doing it.
I just found out about it right now. I'm just as shocked as you. It's a good thing this is live, right? Anyways, great. If you've never seen this crazy show before, we call it Stacker News Live. It covers the front page of Bitcoin, stacker.news. Check it out. It's a free way to get cowboy credits. And if you connect your wallet to it, you get sats.
How do I get cowboy credits?
Hey, it's like Chuck E. Cheese, but without the mouse.
Maybe we'll add a mouse in the future. Or you never know.
Or maybe it could just be a cowboy.
Maybe we just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, in time. Yeah, let's jump into it. We're going to go backwards. We're going to reverse it. So the number 5 top story of the week is earn Bitcoin for providing liquidity via Bolts Pro. This is December 30th, 2024. Bitcoin territory under NIM. 33 comments, 2,740 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, so Bolts is most commonly known as like a submarine swap provider. So they'll provide a swap from Lightning to on-chain or on-chain to Lightning, and you pay them a fee. It's all non-custodial, but it's a way for you to kind of go in and out of Lightning. And I mean, it's probably pretty hard for them to manage liquidity. Like they need to have on-chain funds available and Lightning liquidity available at all times. And so what they're doing is they're creating a market basically for other people to provide one or the other. So I think this is primarily them introducing some kind of negative fee mechanism where you can pay them, or they'll pay you to be involved in one of these swaps. So I mean I don't know much about market making and that kind of stuff, but it looks roughly similar to me, where you can kind of make money by participating as a third party in like a two-party, in like a single or two-party transaction.
Yeah, it's really popular. A lot of people use it. I think it uses liquid.
No, it can use liquid.
Or
It doesn't necessarily use liquid.
So it's just like a submarine swap, kind of like Moon.
Yes, you can do a submarine swap like Moon from Bitcoin to Lightning. When you can do a similar thing,
Probably lesser fees too. Out of it.
if you lesser fees than Moon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Moon's fees are, but their fees aren't terrible. They're pretty. I think they're like 1%ish.
Use liquid. It's great. It's like it's pulse. It's funny. It's funny. Anyways, it's a good product. I know people use it here in the lab, so it's good that they're finally getting recognized for doing things that you would have to use Moon for in the past.
Yeah. Well, Moon is like consumer-facing product, retail. This is probably more so for node runners. So you can kind of just tell by looking at their interface. It's a little more, like the aesthetic is more brutal, more focused towards a technical audience. And so you can imagine their customer is probably more technical.
Topher, you got any thoughts on this?
It reminds me of what L&D would offer, but they had a marketplace where you would sell your liquidity
Pool?
to different channel providers.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like one provider. This kind of makes more sense.
Yeah. I think it's a natural, it feels like a natural extension. I think Lightning Labs, I'm not even sure they provided much liquidity on their own, but they did have like some kind of, they call it like a sidecar, which was sort of like a side channel. They had some kind of like
Weird terminology for it.
yeah, they had a name for it that made it sound fancy. And so maybe it's like this, or maybe it's not. This might be like a more centralized, like less protocol-y version.
Because you're giving it to Bolt so that they can facilitate payments.
They don't have
Their
they don't have custody.
So what's this?
Well, they don't have custody, but like it's still running through their node, right? Like they're still routing the payments.
I think so. I think they're on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like accepting the Lightning payment.
I wonder how big their node is at this point in terms of liquidity.
Oh, it's probably huge. They probably have one of the biggest nodes.
Yeah, just go to Orange Metrics. Interesting. Cool. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
You got any thoughts, Nick T? You want to talk about something? Do you have anything? You always show this, don't you? It
Looks
works.
good, man.
Look, there you go. You can use all these different. What do you?
I think it's a
call
huge
them now?
liquid bowl.
There you go. Get your Bitcoin on. Cool. The next top story, number 4, is how long to get peers over Tor. This from Elvis Mercury, December 31st, 2024. Bitcoin territory, 10 comments, 2,955 sats. Keyan, how do we get more peers over on Tor? Or how do you get more peers over on Tor?
Yeah. I mean, so I'm not a specialist on getting peers on Tor or through a Bitcoin node. I've only synced a Bitcoin node maybe less than 10 times. And most of the time, I don't think I'm using Tor. But in some cases, I've done it over Tor, and it syncs in a few days. But it looked like Elvis Mercury was spinning up a new node, and he was noticing that, at least in Tor's logs, it was saying that it wasn't able to find peers. And then he mentions he left it running, and it ended up gathering peers eventually. But they go through a variety of kind of ways for him to grab peers. Emmanuel Rosa shared, I think it's like a text file of seed nodes that he could. I think he wrote a script to go over and connect to. Then EK helped him try to establish a connection through VPN. Yeah, but they're just trying to figure out how to get his node running. I mean, I wonder if maybe, because I believe Bitcoin Core uses a DNS seed, but maybe if you're using Tor only, you don't, for privacy reasons, you don't reach out to get the DNS seed, and then maybe you're stuck with like a stale list of.
So I have
peers.
a pleb question. So for the stackers at home that are listening that don't know the difference between, why you would want to do this and versus why don't you do this, can you give us that answer, Keyan?
Do what?
Like why do we want to send our transactions over Tor?
Because you don't want your IP address associated with your money, because your IP address is usually associated with your person.
Right.
And so when you're if you're sending money, if your money is being associated with your IP address, then your money is being associated with your person, and people will know what you're spending money on potentially, how much money you have, what you spent money on in the past, who has sent you money in the past, and all those things. So you're attempting to kind of disassociate your identity from your money, maintain your anonymity.
Nice. Cool. We have any thoughts from Topher? You got any thoughts on this? I feel like there's a lot of Tor stuff going on.
I often use Tor with Bitcoin Core because I do a lot of infrastructure stuff, and Tor's just way too slow. But this just seems pretty normal to me. Like if you look at the logs, you'll see a lot of failures to establish circuits and connections to peers, but that's just normal. And then, you let it continue running, and you will eventually find like peers. You'll fill out your peering list. So, yeah. But I don't know. Tor's
does LTOR fix this, or
LTOR could fix this? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Nick, does LTOR fix this?
he's put on his headphones?
He's already dived into the.
Yeah, he's helping build LTOR, or he's building LTOR at the moment.
Definitely tag this guy right here. Tag
I
this.
tagged him. I wanted his help, but he's like,
he's acting like he's
it's not my.
Doxed.
I'm not good at that.
I mean, that's what it takes. All right, cool. That was great. Number 3, we're going to go to number 3. Number 3, Bitcoin toxic maximum as a manifestation of a high time preference, ? This is December 29th, Bitcoin territories from Space Hodler, 54 comments, 2,576 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah. So I think Space Hodler is. I mean, we've heard this debate a lot about the virtue or lack of virtue of toxicity in Bitcoin. I think it's a relatively small portion of Bitcoiners that are actually toxic, but Spaceholder is kind of trying to turn the maximalist language against the toxic Bitcoiners by calling them high time preference, basically saying that they're engaging in toxicity not so much to help Bitcoin and more so to kind of vent their own emotions and not thinking about the long-term consequences of that. And then some people disagree with that and say they're merely responding to toxic fiat maxis. And I would say there's a lot of casualties and friendly fire too, associated with it. I think being an asshole is generally a bad idea, but I'm also, and I shouldn't be making decisions for everyone. So that I don't assume to know.
Yeah, we had the top comment from IGBTC says the vast majority of toxicity from Bitcoin maxis is a direct response to the worst anti-Bitcoin, no-coiner, fiat maxi types. People who constantly repeat the weakest arguments and fight against Bitcoin. I've never witnessed firsthand a toxic response to a curious, open-minded person asking honest questions. Yeah, I think the same thing too. Even in real life, I've never experienced like somebody be, even some of the people that you would see on Twitter that are like considered toxic maximalists. In real life, I've seen them interact with normal people, and they're not toxic at all. So, I think it's just a thing online.
It's definitely seems to be primarily online.
Yeah, it's not real.
But I think
Twitter's not real life.
To speak for Spaceholder, I think he's talking more so about someone who has some misconceptions, either about Bitcoin or altcoins or fiat.
I would say find your local meetup, talk to real Bitcoiners. That's what I would say.
Okay.
You got anything, Topher?
I liked Elvis's take.
What did he say?
He basically said that people overcomplicate this. Toxic maxis are basically the same as toxic anybody's. But I don't know. I think Keyan's right. It's just kind of like a thing that happens online. You know?
Yeah.
If you're going to a sports game, you're all riled up.
Yeah, you're going for the Cubs or Cowboys. Yeah, the other day we went to this bar and they were like, "Oh, are you a Cowboys fan?" And I was like, well, "Yeah, I grew up in Texas, just naturally." Doesn't I mean?
You said it so defeated too. It's like, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Sucks being a Cowboys fan. We don't win. And once I was like 5, 7 years old. Anyways, Keyan,
Yeah, I'm not a Cowboys fan.
you're a 49ers fan.
Yeah, that's right. We have a history. We have good breeding, history of winning.
Yeah,
Nice weather. It attracts
it's that fog.
good athletes.
It's that fog. And
I mean, I don't really know. I haven't been paid attention to sports.
yeah, I don't watch sports. Listen to the Stacker Sports Pod if you want to
Catch
know
up.
about that.
Yeah, become a
Look at that.
specialist.
You see how I made that fit?
Yeah, nice weave.
Nice weave. All right. Number 2, the taboo against peer-to-peer liquidity providers must end. This is a Bitcoin territory, January 1st. Siggy 47, 30 comments, 2,926 cents. Keyan, what's Siggy talking about now?
Yeah, Siggy's talking. I mean, we're having like better and better peer-to-peer services crop up that are a little more censorship resistant, a little more decentralized. But those services working well, it either relies on a very thick market, meaning lots and lots of people participating in it, or market makers entering and helping fill in the thickness of the market. But it creates a lot of trouble for market makers because banks because they have to interact with a bank. Fundamentally, like one arm of this transaction is interacting with a fiat system, and you can't really fulfill this role well because banks don't want you to do this. So it'd be nice. Siggy's like, well, it'd be nice if somehow we could get market maker functions in these peer-to-peer systems, because that's the main complaint a lot of people have about RoboSats and other, Monstro is another one on Nostr that's kind of emerging right now. BISC too, lack of liquidity. Market makers could fill that, make some money, but they're not popping up even though there's demand for it because they have to interact with fiat systems. And so he's like, these systems could really work well if they could figure out this problem. That's his kind of frustration. And then he's asking if other people have thought about this more and have a solution.
Yeah. There's like 2 teams in Top Builder, or at least season 2, that are doing peer-to-peer stuff or attempting to, which I think is, kind of just goes in with what everybody's kind of thinking all at the same time. So Should be interesting to see how it plays out.
It will be interesting.
Top comment from ALJAZ says, you are spot on. The problematic part is the fiat part. For all these peer-to-peer exchanges, you can't just run tons of random transactions from various people through personal accounts without raising lots of flags quickly. Super Testnet says, you do not need a bank account to use Robosats or BIS. Many money orders and cash by mail perfectly serviceable options. And both let you use the service in volumes of tens of thousands of dollars per transaction with no risk of a closed bank account. There are other risks, though. And then he says, neither is very practical for any kind of serious market-making operation. What do you think, Keyan?
About what?
About any of this? Like, do you think the peer-to-peer stuff works? Right now, the current iterations that are out there?
I think Siggy gets it. I think what Siggy said is right. The market either needs to get thicker or you need to make it thick by creating incentives for market makers to enter, but there's no incentive great enough for a market maker to make a market maker go to, like, chance going to jail.
Yeah.
So you're in a tough spot. You just have to, get more Bitcoiners to participate in these things. That's basically the solution.
Yeah. Go to your local meetup. Trade for sats. The number one top story. We're here already. Can you believe it?
That was fast.
The community using Bitcoin at 10,000 feet. This is Bitcoin Territory, January 1st from Joe Nakamoto, my favorite stacker. One of my favorite stackers. 8 comments, 24,000 sats. Keyan, where's Joe going to now? Where in the world is Joe's Nakamoto?
So I think this video takes place in 2023, but he went to Peru, and cool. He's super high. I think it's like 3,000 meters up in the mountains in Peru. He described, at the beginning of the video, he describes how he got there. It was like 2 plane flights and then a really long winding ride.
I love watching his videos too. They're always so Bitcoin.
Yeah. Super Bitcoiny. And then also he's an adventurer.
Can somebody just fund him to be the Anthony Bourdain of Bitcoin?
He's got Coin Center in this. I think Plan B Network is also sponsoring this video. You can see up at the right-hand corner, he's got 2 sponsors. He's almost...
Come on, Tether. Give him some money.
His video is almost looking like
Give some of that tether.
A boxer's shorts,
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, it's very fun video. This village specifically is, I guess, a bit of a project from a group called Motive. Might be Motive, I don't know. But they're like an NGO who has a strong interest in Bitcoin, and they've kind of funded these educational efforts in this village. At one point, he interviews a woman who says that out of the 10 women that they were kind of with in that area, only 3 of them had bank accounts. And what was the other? 3 of them have bank accounts, I think. Oh, and then at that point, a lot of them didn't have phones. And then I guess once the Motive people came, they all started getting phones. And here's a man who owns a shop who's accepting Bitcoin at the shop.
Nice.
And
I think he's using Bolt's Exchange.
I'm not so sure. I don't know what it looked like. It looked familiar. Whatever. They're probably either using Blink or Wallet of Satoshi, I would guess. Said an issue that they have up there is that limited internet connectivity because they're very high up. I wonder, they could probably get them Starlink now. Probably be pretty high bandwidth Starlink up there. And because they don't have cell service. Another thing is they get trapped on the mountain because they're so high up, and I guess the region has a lot of rain. But they're all using Bitcoin, and they were stacking sats back in 2023, and we've seen a 3x price
nice.
Exchange rate.
So now
increase.
They own the mountain.
Yes, it's probably doing pretty well. I think he was saying that
Look how happy they look.
They had started an orphanage. You were already beginning to see some kind of positive externalities from them using harder money, and that they were able to invest more in their local community.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And so I think that's Motive's plan is to take a relatively extreme environment where Bitcoin probably shouldn't work very well, try to see how well it can work and what the positive externalities on it, and this seems like a pretty successful experiment.
So it looks really cool. So
Yeah.
does he successfully use Bitcoin at 10,000 feet?
He does.
Nice.
Yeah, he sent some Bitcoin to one of these ladies, and then he, I think, showed a few people buying stuff at a store.
Nice. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, the top comment from Gray Ruby said, "Awesome, Joe. So glad you're posting these routinely on Stacker News." Yeah, I agree. Keep posting them here. Fiat Revelation said, "Nice video. Every new one that I watch is better than the last." Yep. I especially like how you show people that Bitcoin is for everyone. Keep it up, sir. Stack Harder says, "I think it would be cool if Motif also had like an e-com shop, Etsy or something on Shopster." Yeah, and then Siggy said the same thing as Gray Ruby said, "We really appreciate you posting your inspirational work here. Happy New Year." You got zapped pretty good, 24K sats.
Yeah, someone really liked this one. So
Yeah, good job. Cool. Yeah, that makes sense why this would be the #1 story of the week. Cool. Boom. If you
Wow.
wanna check out more. It's right there. He's a stacker since.
yeah, subscribe to him on YouTube. Go to his
stacker
website.
since 22. Wow. OG stacker.
Very early.
Very early. Zap it.
Zap.
Cool. Let's jump into my favorite segment of the week, Keyan's stories. Let's do some meta.
Oh yeah, Meta. It's Proof of Keys Day, and so we went non-custodial today. And so this is the post kind of explaining the changes that we hadn't really forecasted prior. Yeah, and then the thread is people asking lots of questions. And some people knew it was up already, but
They're loving it? Or are they,
it's mixed reception, I would say. We got a really snarky comment from Super Testnet,
Really?
which isn't surprising.
Where is
although
that
I'm
at?
always surprised when he's a jerk.
where is it? I
Just
don't
take
see
that
it.
as a compliment.
Maybe,
Oh, right here.
yeah.
Alternative headline. What did he say? Do you want me to share this or no?
You could do whatever you'd like.
He says, Stagger News launches its token. Tokenized for now. Cover credits are pegged to are printed at any time at Cube. He can lower or raise the official price. Cube retains the right to freeze creators or whatever. So what is he saying? That you're going to make a token out of this? Or
I don't know exactly. He's trying to associate me with like I think like an altcoin scammer is I think his goal here. I don't really know what's up with this. That's why I said it was like a jerky thing.
what the heck? Oh, Blood Poet came over. Do you have something to say? Oh, here we go. Oh, wow.
Hey, the blinds.
Oh. Thought you were going to comment on
What just happened to me?
that too. Sure, let's talk about it.
I just locked my keys in my car. Let's go. What do you?
Are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there. I'm waiting on the locksmith right now.
Nice.
And I also lost my AirPods.
Proof of Keys Day.
All right, 2025. Taking it head
This
on.
is the one surviving one.
Oh, wow. Have some extra
Did you have 3?
I don't know if you can pair them together. I don't know if that's a thing. Can you? Yeah,
Would
hey,
you
I'm
like
sorry.
some
You're having
cowboy
stuff.
credits as a consolation?
There's a shot. Do you want to take a shot with me? Yeah. Let's do it. You mind if I take a shot?
Oh, you could do whatever you'd like, as I said earlier.
Need some more
Topher,
cups.
Can you pour us a cup? All right, she's going to get a cup. Yeah, so hang on. Let's go back to this. So you're saying that
I'm not saying
he's
that.
accusing you of starting like shitcoin? Really, Super?
I don't know what he's doing. That's what I was just saying. It was just a jerky comment.
I'm sure he's kidding.
Yeah, I'm sure.
it's
I'm
just
sure he would
snarky.
say he's kidding. And that he was just
Cowboy
having fun.
credits was like for people that had custodial Lightning on Stacker News and didn't move over.
Yeah, they're not moving over. They can't zap. They can't zap custodial funds anymore. So that what they'll receive instead is basically a gift card.
So it's like a one-time thing or a transition.
Yeah, it's like eventually, if they go non-custodial, this won't happen. But if they unsuccessfully move non-custodially,
Yeah, that's weird that Super would say that. Because he knows you personally.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I just. He was my example of probably one of the jerkier comments in here. But there are quite. There are a few of the other ones are like.
Trust me, Snackers.
Very nice.
I will call out Keyan before all of y'all first. If that were to happen. Toast. Hey, here's to a new year.
Oh no, thank you.
Why'd I pour 3 of these?
Woo, doggy.
Austin might take the 4th.
Oh wow. So other than that, other than Super Testnet making fun of you, anything else?
No, that was what I was giving a full view there.
So Austin actually helped me out the other day to get set up with Plug Labs thing, and it wasn't that hard. It was like literally go to the voltage node and then connect a lightning address and then set a threshold after a certain amount, and the rest are cowboy credits, right? Like, am I simplifying it too much? But it didn't seem like.
Yeah, I don't think you get it fully, but it should be straightforward. Basically, if you'll get cowboy credits when you can't receive sats through non-custodially when you get zapped. And if you have any cowboy credits, if you're paying for comments or posts or anything else to Stacker News, you'll use those and preserve your sats. That's the gist, really. It's not super complicated, I don't think, but it is maybe complicated. Just not super complicated.
I don't know. Well.
It was the Commons Wi-Fi.
Oh.
That was the issue. For real. DNS.
Yeah, there was. El Tor solves this.
Cool.
El Tor fixes everything.
So you wanted to go into your next? Do you have any other comments on the meta stuff, or?
No, I don't. It was just, hey, meta.
Yeah.
How many cowboy credits are out there?
In circulation, I would guess not many. I would guess probably a little less than half of what's been spent today. We haven't we have that data, we just haven't surfaced it, but I would guess not many. What's nice is the half-life is very short, because as they get zapped, 30% goes to rewards, and they get converted into sats. So eventually they eventually become sats again through the rewards pool and get paid out to stackers as sats. And so they're mostly just there to fill a gap.
I don't know. It does, to me. It just kind of boggles my mind, because you could just connect your wallet to Stacker News and you still get sats. Nothing changes.
But it's non-trivial. Like if you're not, you have to run your own node. Sounds like you're maybe running a cloud node. A lot of people don't want to run cloud nodes. People like Super don't believe in cloud nodes. They also don't believe, or they don't want to run their own node and carry their own node around while they're traveling, which makes sense. So you're not left with many solutions, especially when you're a United States citizen and you can't use a custodial
to be in the United
wallet.
States.
And Super also want KYC. So he's kind of, he's boxed himself into a corner of sorts. And so I get the frustration, and liquidity sucks and all of that. And so I can't make any excuses for Lightning. I think it does have a lot of deficits.
I guess you could use an Anon account and then post that way, right?
Well, then you really wouldn't earn any sats because you're Anon. The upsetness is you don't get to use Stacker News like a bank, and you don't get.
But we knew this day was coming. Like,
yeah, I knew this day was coming.
I knew this day was coming,
but
not a lot of people did.
I think they didn't think about it, and they, at least as far as like some of the questions I'm getting, it's like they hadn't thought about it at all until this day. So,
yeah. Anyways,
although Stacker Bank has a nice ring to it.
Someday,
I mean,
just got to get the right license.
I think they just want to see you in handcuffs, and that's probably what they want.
I don't. I just think they don't care if I'm in handcuffs.
That's the alternative if you don't do this. Do they understand that?
I'm not sure that's the alternative.
I mean, yeah. It is. If you run a custodial wallet in America,
no, it's more like
put yourself at a risk.
You get like subpoenaed a lot and stuff, and I don't know if you necessarily go to jail. I think that's a bit of hyperbole, but it'll create problems that get in the way of us trying to make Stacker News better. for us to be embroiled in a legal dispute over tiny Lightning payments. So that's kind of the idea. Is like, can Stacker News avoid that future where we have to do that and just focus on making the product better? And this is our best shot.
If you think you can make it better, here's the GitHub, and help make it better.
Yeah, those are open source contributions.
There you go. You
Lots
can
of them.
fix some of the things that you see that's not working and submit a PR.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. The next one that you had was the one from Scoresby.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty a great question. It's basically, who is Bitcoin for? Like, who should Bitcoin be built for? Should it be for anyone, anywhere? Meaning, if someone is willing to do enough work and maybe spend enough money or whatever, should they be able to use Bitcoin successfully? Or should we be designing Bitcoin so that everyone in like non-extreme circumstances can use it to the exclusion of people who are maybe in extreme circumstances? And that's the question. Like, basically, should Bitcoin prioritize censorship resistance or prioritize, scaling to normal people? And yeah, the stackers weigh in.
I see Topher ready to respond. Go for it.
Yeah, Topher answered earlier to me.
We already tried this experiment, and it was called Ethereum, and it failed. So,
Nice.
But it's like every 4 years, new halving, new cycle. This question has to be brought up yet again. Why not just make the block size bigger? Because that's the only way that this would scale, quote unquote. So everybody's coffee, they can buy their coffee on chains. You have to make the blockchain bigger.
Well, there is a group of people who say covenants will do this, allow you to do this. Do you disagree?
Yeah. I mean, like off-chain protocols and stuff like that?
Yeah, layer 2s, alternative layer 2s, ARC, coin pools, multi-party channels.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah.
But
You
usually
can have both.
people that click the everyone always button are willing to see bigger blocks.
Big blockers.
Yeah. Because everyone, like, to an engineer, everyone always is, that's a pipe dream.
Right. That's a fair analysis. You're usually trading off something. And the trade-off here is probably censorship resistance.
Yeah.
You're getting you're going to have a more centralized solution.
Yeah. I feel like this horse is beaten to death already. I'm tired of answering it. So,
Great.
do you guys have any other thoughts on this? Or?
No.
All right, let's go. The next one. This is the one I wanted to share this week. We're going to jump into my top stories. I am rich and have no idea what to do with my life. Did you see this post, Keyan?
I saw it. I haven't read this
It's good.
entry, though. Okay.
It's from FreeTX, Alternative Territory, 25 comments. Thank you for posting this. So there's this guy named Vinay, and I guess he made a lot of money with Loom. It was like 60 million, something like that. Since then, he's just been kind of like orbiting into different things where I think he went to the Himalaya mountains, he describes, and turns out you have to train. That's something you have to train for. He didn't know that until he got there. Honest mistake. I can see multiple people doing that. Next thing after that he did was just like, hey, I'm just going to go and try to do another startup. He talks about how like he dove himself into robotics and then realized like, oh, maybe I don't want to do that. And then he talked about how he met with some friends and they convinced him to go work with Elon and the Doge Corporation or whatever that they're doing for America. And then he worked for 4 weeks there. He's talked about how there's some cool stuff, but he can't really talk about it on this post. But he said they're looking for like all sorts of really bright, intelligent people to join Doge. And then he said after that, he like realized I don't want to do this either. And he booked a ticket to Hawaii. And now he's like left wondering, what do I do? So he's just going to go study physics in Hawaii. But it was a really good post. It was one of those places where he had reached the
Mountaintop.
the mountaintop of where he was trying to get to from the early days of his startup, and he was just kind of like, it's kind of what me and you talk about all the time, right? We were like, I would like, Keyan, you gonna sell Stacker News? And you're like, no, because what would I do? You know, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, he kind of like he removed his need to do anything, and now he's like, well, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Absent need. Who am I? Absent, like kind of his environment forcing him to make certain decisions. Who am I?
Yeah. Yeah. Topher, you got anything on this one?
I feel like everyone struggles with this problem.
It's very common.
So I haven't read the article, but I appreciate someone being willing to
Talk about this stuff, right?
to share that
Yeah.
that internal struggle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What would you do, Car?
I don't know, man. I feel like I agree with Keyan. I think there's once you sell something, like what are you going to do after that? Just go and create another thing? I mean, it's very rare to create. I'm not putting myself in this category. I'm just saying, just in general, it's very rare to create one thing that people care about, much less like multiple things over your lifetime. I think Elon is like the exception, and maybe what's his name?
Dorsey.
And then
You have
Bezos, right?
Bezos.
Those are
Not
like
really.
Well, I mean, we'll see with that rocket company.
Yeah, maybe with the rocket company.
Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's just kind of like once you find that thing that you really enjoy loving to do that you would do for free, why not just make that work?
Yeah, I would guess he eventually stopped loving Loom, and that's why he sold it. But maybe someone got in his ear and kind of made him think something that he.
Yeah, I would read it. He even talks about how like he like almost immediately got pitched from funds and all this stuff about joining or being a part of or stuff like that. So it's just a worthwhile read.
Yeah, I think part of it is too. People think that there's like a perfect thing, that there's like going to be the one thing, and it causes them to feel uncertain when they've gone a certain depth and things start to feel uncomfortable. Then they're like, this must not be the thing because I don't feel as good as when I started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go start a new thing.
He also talked about he broke up with his girlfriend too as well after 2 years, who he realizes like was totally his fault. And then he talks about how he's a masochist for certain things, for wanting to do only hard things for the sake of doing hard things.
Yeah, it becomes a risk.
Yeah.
You get addicted to it.
Yep. Anyways,
Classic burnout.
Yeah.
GMD said, I can't get over the fact that this newly rich D-bag would go to the Himalayas with zero climate experience, risking the lives of the Sherpas. What's a Sherpa?
The people who like carry your stuff.
Oh, wow. They work for peanuts. Too many wealthy people throw their money around irresponsibly like this, treating the locals there like they are expendable. Huh. Why would you ever go to the Himalayas, guys?
I'm not that kind of adventure type of person.
Topher, would you go climb the Himalayas?
Maybe.
I didn't even know it was something you climb. I thought that was just something you visit.
I think it is a
climb
place.
the Himalayas at the gym every day. Like that motherfucker.
It's I think it's a mountain range. So it is a thing you climb and it is a place.
I wonder what the distance is from base to peak and like what the average incline is.
Isn't that
So if you wanted to train, like you would know what to train for.
aren't the Himalayas where Everest is? Yeah, okay. I have an audience member nodding. So yeah.
Look at this guy. So Cleanup said, read a book about climbing Everest. When he reached the summit, he felt totally deflated, depressed, and unhappy. Then he realized the journey to the summit was the answer. We're all striving, but don't realize we're actually living the good life right now. That's why all these self-help bros are always talking about living in the present. Love Stacker News. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. The next one I want to bring up is free yourself from Google spyware. Pull that up, Jamie.ai. So Jim was showing me this today. Have you played with it, Keyan?
I played with it a few months ago.
So you could type in Loom sells company, and then what was that guy's name? What was his name? Beignet or something? And it should pull up everything. Yeah, Beignet, Hermeth, recently sold Loom. So it's just a way better search, like incredibly good search, instead of he sold to Atlassian for around 1.5 billion. Yeah, but you could ask it other things too. So if you wanted to ask it Stacker News, Austin, boom. Let's see if it comes up with anything. Oh, no, it does. Stackers, a media company, Austin, Texas. Wow, it brings up Stacker News Live. There you go.
It's hallucinated a bit, but
Yeah,
it's AI, LLM stuff. So
still pretty good though.
yeah, no, it's great.
Anyways, he has that, and then he has expert mode, which I haven't played with yet, or it's still under construction. But yeah, it seems to be a very, very good search for just anything that you would normally type into Google. Give me a search, Topher.
Let's see. How do you make dimethyltryptamine?
I don't even know. How do you spell that?
DMT, just DMT. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Let's see.
All right. Okay.
There you go. I don't
Yeah,
even
you
know what
got to
that
get a
is, but
tryptamine
yeah,
plant. You got to get an MAO inhibitor.
Sounds like it would be better if it just said go to Mexico or something.
Yeah, you're
Colombia.
trying to make your own. You're trying to avoid the
okay.
travel.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to become a
There you
Texas
go.
ayahuascan shaman.
So you can look all that stuff up. Pull that up, Jamie. Check it out. He posted it this week on Stacker News. It almost made the top 5. Almost.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah.
The other one I want to bring up was Thunder 2024 year in review. They decided to do their 2024 year review inside of Stacker News. Now, that's kind of cool. Talking about their year and all that kind of stuff. And then I think they have it here. Yeah, there you go. TLDR. Pretty cool. Did
What
you
was
play
the,
any of their...
There was a growth number in there. It was 154% increase, it said.
Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
revenue experience and increased revenue with a renewed focus.
Yeah, that's very
It's
nice.
really good.
Okay, what were you going to say?
Did you play any of their games this year? I played this one.
I've heard I heard this was super addictive.
was.
So I haven't played that. It was from another Bitcoin founder. He told me, he's like, I had to remove it from my phone. It was so addictive.
Yeah.
So
Good stuff.
yeah.
Cool. And then the last thing I want to bring up was Top Builder. We announced the workshops last week, right after Stacker News.
Yeah.
So we're kind of booked. We have the multiverse of multisig with Topher Scott. Look at that. It's like
When is that?
That'd be great.
on the 18th.
18th.
Yeah, we got some good ones there. And then in February, we have some more. We need to find the legal one, though, but
Designing.
it's going to be some good stuff. And then we have them all here. And then also for the stackers, we just announced Startup Day this week. And you get a $50 discount if you use this little code here. Or not code. You have to click this link, though. But, yeah. Super excited to build this. Look at this. Look at that website.
Wow. Yeah, it looks.
Look at that. Stacker News is
That's right. I'm
Sponsor.
I'm a sponsor.
Can you believe it?
No. Yes, I can because you told me about it. I didn't.
Look, we got Joe Kelly.
Wow, look at him.
Look at that. We got some real experience showing up. We got some Startup Day speakers. Danny's going to be in town.
Wow,
Look
stacked.
at that. Look at that. Keon's going to be speaking.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, John's going to be in town.
I didn't agree to that, but I'll be there. I'll try.
Of course you did.
these heavy
You got
hitters.
Steven
Sure.
coming into town. We got Marks. Pleb Poet too.
Stacked.
There you go.
Look at all
I need
these
to talk to
guys.
Donna about him, but other than that, it's got some announcements coming, and then we'll have the schedule here for people that want to check it out. And then we have previous Startup Day panels if you're interested in seeing what it looks like. Yeah, look at that.
Looks awesome.
The whole gang will be here. It'll be fun. And that's all my stories of the week. Let's jump into the top stackers for the week.
For the week.
We got Keon finally with a trifecta.
Hi.
Shooter,
Yeah. I got a gun.
Horsey.
Yeah. Undisciplined, Gray Ruby, Someone is Hiding, EK, Elvis, the Boog, 117, R Sync. And those are our top 10, but we have a lot of people coming up from the back. Yeah, who knows what'll happen next week?
Look, Elvis Mercury's there. Yeah,
these guys are reliably in the top 10.
I was talking to Ben this week. He was saying he watches Stacker News live.
Ben who?
Carmen.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I don't believe him.
He does. He goes, Car, you stay in your lane and you're neutral. I was like, thank you, man. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Okay. I'll not believe you, but that's good. It's good. Keep me on my toes.
We also got the most popular segment of Bitcoin, the Cowboy segment. Whoa, giddy on up. The Cowboy segment is the most popular segment. Did you reach out to Ben?
And which Ben?
The Sessions?
Oh, Sessions.
Yeah, I think they moved it.
Oh, did they finally?
Yeah, because we were doing it today at 5. He's like, you know what? I'll go ahead and move it for you guys. I'll
Okay.
move up, and you moved. Because he doesn't want to compete against the Cowboy segment.
You're right. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. We know it's created a huge rift in the Bitcoin community.
Dude, they're so like girls, right? They're like, oh, you're coming in our territory.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, do you
we
really
couldn't
own the airwaves?
Both you and I were invited to Michael Saylor's 100K
Dude,
New
did you
Year's
get
Eve
invited
party.
to that? I actually got invited.
But
to
then we couldn't go because BTC Sessions would be there, and we have this huge beef. We don't want like guns to be pulled at an event like this, so we couldn't go. We were told.
Did you get invited to the 100K party?
No, of course not.
Oh, wow.
This is
Awkward.
yeah.
I just didn't go because I was like, unless I see Keyan on this list, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Did you get invited to the Trump thing?
Yes, I was. Yeah, that was where I got an invite to Mar-a-Lago, but
Yeah.
it's like getting into Harvard, but
It's
getting
weird.
rejected
It's
from
weird.
Yale.
After 4 years, they just start punching your tickets to things. It's weird stuff. Cool. You got the top Cowboys. Somebody's in hiding. We'll never know who that is. I have a feeling I know who that is. We won't say it publicly.
Sneaky cowboy.
And then you, Undisciplined, 117, Blockchain Boog. Blockchain Boog, one of my favorite stackers.
Yeah.
Public Enemy. Whoa.
Is there a top boosts?
Our top boosts.
Are there? Where?
Yeah, if you go back to top, and then you go like up to posts, and then you go to,
Boost. Oh, for the week?
and then go forever. You can go forever. I would
Yeah.
just go forever
Yeah.
because boost expires. But that's the top for the week. Those are all the boosts we got.
Nice.
I
Oh,
saw-
wait. We forgot to mention Pleb Devs. Look, he just launched.
I saw a post that was boosted,
Oh, he just launched
Like-
right now.
300K sats or something. Not the January 3rd one, but another one.
Yeah.
And it was at the top of Stacker News for like a month.
Yeah. Yeah. So the top boost for the month, the person who spends the most on a boost for the month, their post gets pinned to the top. And you can unseat them by boosting more than them. And they can come back and boost more than you. And so you can kind of slug it out with boosts. But the Evan Bear is the current boost, the top boost.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's genius.
It's not good. It's not obvious yet, but I hope it will be. Because when people get boosts, they end up making good money. It's basically like ads that go to territory founders, ad revenue.
Nice.
That's like direct to
We'll
territory
take
founders.
it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's all we got this week, Stackers. It's a short week.
It is.
Not a lot going on in Stacker News. One really nasty comment from Super Testnet. We'll see if he replies back. Super. You're breaking people's hearts here in Austin, especially Coops. Right before the show, he was crying in my shoulder.
In his lap.
Super Testnet, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh boy.
He'll respond.
Huh?
He'll respond.
Okay. I don't think he watches.
No, he does. Totally
We
does.
gotta
He's a
create
big fan.
We gotta create a
He's
Spanish
a big fan of Stacker News.
Spanish version of this.
Um,
No
Cool.
boosts.
Boost.
Do we have podcast comments?
Oh, actually, I could just go to Fountain.
Found in the breezy browser.
Boom. Fountain. Go into activity. There you go. P.S. and Merry Xmas.
Merry Christmas, P.S.
Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year.
Yeah. It's the blockchain boog.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
where
that's where I got
the
it from.
boog is fully
where.
spelled out.
Because he told me.
It's also the same avatar.
Apparently, we met him in real life, Topher. We just didn't realize.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
At Tab, blockchain boog.
Blockchain boog.
Next time we'll come up to us, so.
Oh, was he wearing the hat?
I don't want to dox him.
He was wearing the hat.
I don't want to dox him. Oh, yeah. Talk about it. What happened?
I secured my keys. A wonderful man came and unlocked a car for me. I want you to guess how much that cost.
$100.
150.
Car says 100. Topher says 100.
I say 50.
You say just 50?
Yeah.
When's the last time you locked yourself out of something?
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was 110.
Ah.
I also had to buy a new battery for my car like 2 weeks ago. But I just finished paying off my car, so it's like balance
Free money
in the universe
or something. You got a free battery.
Anyway, that's my story. Thank you.
Should we get people to zap you? Maybe. There we go. Blood Poet needs help, y'all. There you go. Somebody zap her.
Donate to Blood
Zapper,
Poet's
100,000
battery
sats.
fund.
100,000 sats should cover it. There you go.
Bitcoin is digital energy.
She's just a pleb.
Help her
poet in the
charge
world
her
trying
car.
to make it to her next poem. That's it. Her next poem, her next post, her next watering plant, her next gig, her next inspiration. Zap it. Cool. Keyan, what are you doing this week?
What am I doing this weekend? I don't think I know yet. I'm gonna leave it up to the universe.
Nice.
I'm gonna let fate decide. Thank you. What about you, Car? What are you doing?
I want to see. There's this really cool thing at the. I think you'll be into it. There's this cool thing at the Bob Bullock Museum. I spelled museum wrong, but they're doing this like.
Oh, I go there for IMAX.
Yeah, they're doing this IMAX 3D. Where is it at? There it goes. They're doing this IMAX 3D thing for this. Where is it at? Lasting Impressions. I really want to see this. Oh, there it goes. I want to see this because it does this like opta. What is that called, Jenna? When you do like an opta thing where it shows a thing in front, but it. No. No, it's something optical. I thought you would know.
Ophthalmologists.
No, it's some sort of like art thing. I forget the name of it.
Oh, parallax.
No, that's design. Anyways,
3D. It's making it.
I'll remember after the show. Anyway, yeah, I want to see this. They have a showing at 2 p.m.
Is it
on Saturday.
impressionism primarily?
I just want to experience this on IMAX 'cause I think it would just. I don't know. There's a lot of this stuff that we had to learn in school, and I never really felt like I could really feel the art, if that makes any sense, because it's just in textbooks and it's just like on a projector. But this actually feels like you're
Oh, I see.
in it.
I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is
There's
this AI generated?
no.
So I've seen a lot of
I think this is
people
IMAX.
they
IMAX
throw like a
IMAX
classic
generated.
painting into AI and it'll animate it, and it looks sort of like this.
So this is like a 3-story building of a screen. So yeah, it's like immersive. Forget what it is.
Where's
Does it
this
say
at?
here? Opta.
It's at the Ubbock. Luddick, right? Bullock. Yeah, I know there were B's or L's or H's or D's.
Motion. I guess they're calling it motion sculpting.
Is this in Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's near the university. Or is it south?
No, it's only 40 minutes long.
It's north. Okay.
No, it's right there off of 15th or 19th, I think. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I want to check that out. Maybe we'll see.
That's cool.
It's tomorrow. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. Just
Wow.
work.
Look at that. I think we're done, are we?
I think we're done. Topher, what are you doing this weekend, Topher?
I think me and Joe We're gonna eat some steaks.
Nice.
Steaks and queso.
Nice.
Cool.
And I have like 100 Amazon packages coming to my house.
Why?
Just that delivery day. It all lines up in one day.
Oh.
So I just order stuff over time, and I just have it all come on the same day.
Is it once a month or once? You said you have 100 packages. Is that I assume that's an exaggeration.
It's been like I've been ordering over a few weeks. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Just having it all come on one day.
So it'll be like Christmas morning.
Hear it right now, right?
Yeah, it will be.
What's an example of something you got? Pack of V-necks?
Actually got some
That's so
runner
rude.
shorts.
and funny.
Some stylish looking runner shorts.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I like to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. So me and you, we're
Some
gonna be
V-neck
having a
shorts.
matching pair.
Yeah.
They're gonna be. They're 7 inches. I was gonna go for the 5, but I thought maybe that's a little too risky. I don't want to compete with Oliver.
What?
What are you doing this weekend,
Hey, what am I doing this weekend? I'm gonna tattoo my friend. So that'll be fun.
Austin?
No, he's not my friend. Well, he's my friend, but he's not. I wouldn't refer to him in that
Friend
way.
in
I guess.
law.
But yeah, I've
What
already.
is it? What is it a tattoo of?
I don't know yet. I've put a chicken on her so far, but I don't know what she wants this time, so we'll see.
Waffle.
She might not decide. This has happened before.
Put a waffle on her.
A waffle?
You'll put a chicken and a
Chicken
waffle.
and waffles. I like that. That's nice. Maybe I can convince her of that.
Yeah.
Because if she's getting a tattoo from me, she doesn't really care much what it looks like, so I can just put anything on there.
Does she have a lot of tattoos?
Yeah, she has really good ones, and she wants me to put shitty ones on her. I don't know
Well,
why.
it's probably to like balance it out.
Yeah, I guess so. Balance is good.
Yeah.
It's great. All right, Keyan.
Zap.